What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. And let's jump right into this, guys. Happy Sunday, guys. Welcome. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, being safe out there. What's going on, Overcome? What's going on, Jay? Rodney's in the house. My boy Flip. Troy. Looks like we got the whole squad in here. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. Good evening, depending on where everybody's at. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Let's get into this, guys. So, wow. Whew, where do we begin? I think what we're going to start off with is disclaimer, right? Disclaimer, we're going to get a little political. Not me personally. Not going to get political as far as like what my political views are or anything like that. I try to keep that to myself just because I know it's a sensitive topic, right? I was always taught that when you're at the dinner table, there's a couple things you don't talk about. And this is honest. You don't bring up money, which we talk about money, right? This is a crypto channel. But you don't bring up religion and you don't talk about politics, right? Because everybody has their own beliefs, and who's to say who's wrong, who's right. So you kind of, for the best, you kind of stay out of it. But unfortunately, I told you guys, as we get closer towards this political election that we have coming up, we're going to talk about it, right? We're going to talk about it. So just a disclaimer. Just reading articles, we're going to go over everything, but don't want to offend anybody or anything like that. So, and everybody's open to have an open opinion, right? With that being said, what is going on with the market today? Well, as of yesterday, last night, we saw the market absolutely start pumping. Why is that? Well, we're going to cover a couple of reasons why I think the market started rallying, particularly yesterday after a major event happened here in the States. We did talk about this in the Discord, so a lot of you guys already are familiar and are aware of what my opinion is on why we started pumping. Right now, Bitcoin did break above $60,000, which very nice. You can see that she not only broke above 60,000, but she looks like she's starting to form some support above this 59.6 area that we always keep an eye on, right? Whenever we do break below this, I always tell you guys this is going to be a spot for some resistance. As you can see, as we are coming up, we've hit our head multiple times. Now that we've broken above, what I'd like to see is maybe a few other candles form, whether they're green or red, above this 59.6, giving us that confidence that we do have that support above this 59.6. And I think that we're going to start moving up. Even if we chop around in this channel for right now, we'll probably chop around. If we can find that support, again, on this 59.6 and probably retest 61.6 right here a few times before we break above. But who knows? Right now, with everything that's going on in the States, particularly what happened yesterday, we saw the market start running. That was retail buying in, right? We haven't even seen the ETFs, the stock market, what they're going to do, how they're going to react, right? I'm telling you guys, stuff like this that happens is a big deal for the markets. And we're going to go, like I said, I'm going to explain why I think it's a big deal, as far as what happened yesterday and why the markets instantly started reacting positively after this. So stay tuned. Again, welcome, guys. Let's check out some projects, and then we're going to get into the articles. So Solana right now, 145. You can see, looking at the bubbles for today, the market has just reacted positively, right? We have big movers. MOG is absolutely ripping. ICP, which you guys know I just picked up a big bag probably about a week ago on our dip, up about 7%, but really up like 40+% since I bought in. You can look across the whole board. Everything's doing good. Couple red. Ordinals is down a little bit. You have Mantra down and Athena down. But other than that, and Gala and what is this? Starnet. But other than that, maybe there's a few other little projects, but if they're down like maybe 1 or 2%. So nothing too crazy. Everything looks like it's starting to react positively. For the weekly, you can see how we've recovered on a lot of these projects. ICP's up 21.9, almost 22%. MOG's up 32 freaking percent. MOG has been killing it. VeChain, Maker, XRP, absolutely ripping out of nowhere, 23%. Bitcoin Cash is up. Filecoin, you have Optimism, Ron. I mean, we could go down the list. ADA is up 19%. What the hell is going on here, guys? No, it's good to see. Abus, what's going on? Welcome from Switzerland. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, like I said, the markets right now, you can see that we have recovered in the last week, especially in the last day. We've seen a lot of movement in the markets. Right now, things are looking really good. What's going on, Gina? Things are looking really good, and like I said, they're all following suit with Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now breaking above that 60,000, and not only that, but looking pretty bullish right now, finding some support above that 59.6, like I keep telling you guys. 59.6 right here. We've already bounced twice. I'd like to see at least one or two more candles giving us that confirmation that we are going to bounce and have that support there. And I think this week coming up, we're probably going to see a nice run, most likely, right? We'll have to see how the markets react as far as on Monday when they open up. So let's jump right into it, guys. We're going to jump in and address the elephant in the room. Like I said, guys, if you're sensitive to all this stuff, I'm sorry. We're going to just cover it because this is what it is and this is what's going on in the States for right now. So obviously, if you've been living under a rock, yesterday we did see that there was a big event in the States here. Basically, call it what you want. There was an assassination attempt, right? There was somebody that tried to take out a political opponent that's running for office right now. They weren't able to necessarily do that. They did kill, I think, one other bystander, if I'm not mistaken, and a few other people were injured in this event. So, not a good time for America right now, to be honest, right? It's just we've gone through this in the States. We've gone through this before with JFK, Ronald Reagan. There was a couple other, and I'm sure there's a few other times, that's happened where there's been, presidents that have either been killed or that have been, shot. So it's just one of those times where it's the political environment in the States right now is just very toxic, right? And it's been like that for the last 8 years. It's been very toxic. So I'm going to try to hold off on my opinion, right? Because, I just like you guys, we all have opinions, right? We all have opinions. So I'm going to try to hold off and just try to stay as neutral as possible. So what's going on, Troy? What's going on, Donald? Donald. All right. So the former president who was injured at a rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday now has 70% chance of retaking the White House, according to traders on the crypto-based prediction market. Trump theme, Politify tokens, and crypto broadly also rose. And I'm going to put a pause right here because remember when I first started the stream, I wanted to tell you guys. So why did the markets go crazy yesterday, pumping right after this happened? Literally, right after the news broke that this happened, Bitcoin starts just running. Going. We started off yesterday. We were somewhere around 58.3, 58.4, somewhere around this area. The assassination attempt happened. Boom, we run up 59,000. Boom, we run up 60,300. Jumping up. Let's map it out. Bitcoin, if you say we just catch this in the middle, because I don't know exactly when it happened, but Bitcoin rallied about 3% with the news that that there was an attempt of assassination against Trump, but it wasn't even that news. It was the fact that he survived, right? Now, why did this happen? Well, I'm going to give you my opinion because Donald Trump has been really pro crypto. And this last, we'll say 6 months to a year, right? He wasn't always pro-crypto. We've already explained this on the channel. You go back years ago, and he really was opposing Bitcoin particularly because he said anything, and I quote, that threatens the dollar, I will not support. Fast forward, 4 or 5 years, and he's like, you know what? This isn't competing with the dollar. I think this has a lot of value behind it. The technology, we need to keep it in the States. I want to see it grow with proper regulation, right? So he said, I'm all for Bitcoin, I'm all for cryptocurrency, and I'm all for making it a safe place and a safe environment for all to trade. That's what we want to hear, right? That's exactly what you want to hear. Smart move on his end, right? But why did the markets react positively when they found out all this news that dropped yesterday and the fact that he survived? Because what does this article say? That the odds of him now getting to be able to retake the White House has jumped even higher. Now it's at 70%. So now a lot of people that are pro crypto are like, shit, this guy's going to be getting into office, he's most likely going to help build this ecosystem as far as cryptocurrency people were buying in. Like I said, retail. Imagine tomorrow when the market opens up, if we can continue to, let's see here. Flip said he lost me. You guys, am I still on? See, connection's still good. Yeah, everything looks good. All right. So, but imagine tomorrow when the markets open up, not only for the crypto ETFs, Bitcoin, and all that good stuff, but the actual market. You know, I'm seeing most likely that we're going to see a run in the market tomorrow, given what's going on with everything, you know, as far as this situation, right? So, just continuing. So, the former U.S. President Trump probability of retaking the White House jumped to an all-time high Saturday after he was injured from a shooting at a rally in Pennsylvania, according to the traders on Polymarket. A Secret Service spokesman said the Republican presidential candidate was safe after the shooting. A suspected gunman was killed and a spectator died as well. Photos and video footage of the defiant Trump with blood on his face, pumping his fists in the air, circulated on social media following the 2 weeks in which the national convention had focused on a frailty and graphs of his opponent. They're talking about with Biden, you know, in the debate. So let's hear yes shares in Polymarket contract on whether. Oh yeah, they're basically showing. Because remember on Polymarket, and we'll pull it up right now. We'll pull it up real quick. So this is Polymarket right here. This is like a big betting site. Someone messaged me on Discord, said you probably can't, most likely you can't bet in America. So these are all the Europeans and people across the world that I think that are betting, you know, on the political the political landscape of the states right now. So you can see this is what they're particularly talking about right here, as you can vote either yes or no, presidential election winner of 2024. They have Donald Trump and they have Joe Biden, right? And they also have a couple other people on here, like if it'll freaking show, they have Kamala Harrison on here. It's like keeps flying by too fast. What is she? 6%? It said 6%, so. But yeah, so let's get back to that article. So yes shares in the Polymarket contract on whether Trump will win the presidency climbed 10 cents after an incident to 70 cents, meaning that the market now sees 70% chance he will prevail in November. Each share pays out $1 if the prediction comes out true, and $0 if it's not. Bets are programmed into a smart contract on the Polygon blockchain and settled in USDC. Oh, nice. I didn't even realize Polymarket. This is on Polygon. So this is a Matic. It's on the Polygon blockchain, which is Matic. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even realize that. And then what they're saying is if you are able to bet, I don't think we can do that in the States unless you get like a VPN. Right now, if let's say I wanted to bet yes, it would be 70 cents for every dollar, right? Because let's say when the election's over and Trump does win, they're going to pay out all the winners, right? So every time that you bet, you can bet one time, right? But you can bet as much as you want. But each time you hit yes, it's going to be, right now, it's 70 cents for that dollar, right? A couple weeks ago, it was like 40 or 50 cents, right? So it's already almost doubled. Right now, you could bet yes on Biden, and it will be 17 cents. But you see, if you bet no on Biden, right, which is basically the same thing as yes for Trump, if you bet no on Biden, it's 83%, which is 83 cents for that dollar that you'll get. So you're paying 83% out of that dollar. So if you were to win, let's say you put $1,000 in, right, you would make right now roughly 17% back, which would be about $170. If you bet no on Trump right now, for every dollar, it would cost you 30 cents, right? 30 cents. So you could triple your money if Trump doesn't win on here. So, but you'll be betting for the underdog is what it's saying. So, And then now they're saying that Polyfi meme tokens named after Trump also surged after the shooting. Mega, for example, was up 34% on the 24-hour basis to $8.38, according to CoinGecko. And the strategical Trump had climbed 67% to 64 cents. Bowden, a joke asset named after Biden, slipped about 15% after over 24 hours to 0.3 cent. These meme coins have become a sort of a de facto betting market on the election, as one prominent described them this year. Although unlike prediction markets, poly tokens do not pay anything out to the holders if associated candidate wins. It doesn't pay out, right? But imagine right now, do you get what they're saying? So everything that happened yesterday, right? The odds right now are going, they've been in, but now they're even more in favor for Trump to win, right? So a lot of these Polyfi political meme tokens, right, that are mostly on Solana have shot up, right? If Trump does win, you better believe that those are going to continue to move up. They're probably going to have a run, right? Versus same thing with the Bowden and a lot of these Joe Biden tokens that are on Solana have slumped, right? Because they're now looking at it like, holy crap, he's most likely, even after the debate, they already were slumping, but now they're like, holy crap, now he's really not going to win, right? So now you're starting to see them move down. So what they're saying is that it's a little different than obviously going on to Poly Market and actually betting on who's winning. These are almost similar though, because at the same time you're not betting, but depending on what candidate wins, those tokens are going to pump, right? So I mean, you're not actually betting, but they're saying that it's pretty much the same thing as betting, because they're kind of swinging towards each candidate on depending on who the market is anticipating to win. So and let's actually pull up that MAGA meme coin real quick, and let's see what's going on with that. Oh, is MAGA on Ethereum? Let me see. Volume. Yeah, this is the MAGA that they speak of, I believe. So this one's on freaking what is this? I see lock liquidity, and then I see this other emblem right here. This is on Ethereum. It's been a while since I've looked up Ethereum tokens, so I'm like, what the hell? They've stepped their game up. Ethereum's like, we got to do something over here. So look at this. So you guys can see as of yesterday, let's see here, the 13th. This is yesterday. This is literally yesterday, and you can see the market right when this all happened. You can see that this project basically just shot up. Not crazy, but it definitely shot up at a point, 70% run. Obviously, it's retraced somewhat because people are going to be taking their profits, but a 70% jump right there. And what, I mean, literally right when it happened, you saw people, like I said, the markets just came alive yesterday. Right after all this happened, it's like the markets literally, everybody like jumped onto their phones or wherever they're trading and bought in or did whatever they were going to be doing on crypto. And it's crazy to think that's what kind of, when stuff like this happens, this is what people are doing. But, it makes sense, right? Now, I don't think this project has anything affiliated with Trump, right? I don't think it has anything affiliated with Trump, but you can see obviously it's up. And look at the top trending for Ethereum right now. All three are Trump. Look at this one. They already made a freaking oh my god. And that's another thing too, is that these guys that make these guys and girls that make these freaking tokens, you got to stay relevant, right? On whatever's going on, whatever people are talking about, whatever people are, what's going on social media, you have to stay relevant. And you can see somebody's capitalized really quick off this. I mean, look at this damn thing. This thing ran up. It's up massive, 230,000%. It says it's up right now. Absolutely crazy. Fight to MAGA is what the project's called. This is trading on Ethereum. Let's actually pull up a fib retracement on this one. This project probably looks a lot more bullish than the other one. But you guys can see right here, the trend obviously is running towards the top. So you guys already know what I'm going to say. As long as this thing can stay above the 236, which is going to be around this 80 mark, or stay and bounce off this trend line, you're probably going to see a continuation of a move towards the upside. Now, the only thing that I would say about these projects, right now they're running, right? I mean, this is all over the news. This is all over everywhere, right? But you never know, in the next few days, it could slow down, right? Because we all know how us crypto people are. We have ADD, and it's like, it's almost like a dog with a squirrel, right? The dog's chilling, chilling. The squirrel run by and they're like, oh, squirrel, and it's like, that's what something's going to, in a week from now, there's probably going to be something else, and people might take their attention or divert their attention from something like this over back to, who knows, right? But you can see the buys and sells are absolutely flooding in still for this project right here. Let's pull up, what's this one? Mega. We've already seen this one. We've pretty much already seen this one. This one saw a little bit of a run up. I mean, it's up 8%. I don't know why it's trending per se, but I mean, yeah, the volume's up $17 million. So this is actually a decent sized project on Ethereum, 81 million. Let's go to Solana and see if they're capitalizing on this. Yep, they are. So look at this. Oh, look at this little doggy. Bro, who else is a sucker for these little cute dogs, bro? They get the cutest little dogs, and they're like, they make them meme coins. Sheesh. It's like, just take my money. Let's see here. Trump with ear. Now you have to remember, Solana's a little bit more cutthroat, right? There's some shit on here that you'll see. You're like, bro, that's just wrong, right? I've seen some projects on here. I'm like, and I'm being serious. I'm like, dude, come on. That's just mean, or that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. We actually read an article about Solana and them trying to tackle, because it was like racism and all kinds of stuff on Solana as far as some of these tokens. So let's see here. So this project, I mean, it's up 300%, obviously, right? But you can see it obviously ran up, and it's on its way back down for this one. So I'd be very cautious on that one. Let's see this fight. Kind of like the same thing as Ethereum. Definitely on a nice run here. I guess last night was the play. The play was to buy in on some of these political tokens, because I mean, you can see, I mean, look at the top like 7. Fist up, ear stays on, Trump with ear, fight, Trump with ear, like Donnie, Chad, Trump, let me get my shoes. They're all freaking, yeah. Let's see here. Donald said he was popular before, but he's going to be elected to the presidency with this. I hear you. I mean, this definitely when something like this happens, remember, we're not going to get political, but you guys know when something like this happens, it brings people together, right? It kind of brings people together, and I think that's what you're seeing now is you have some people, you still have people on the left that are just like, they honestly don't care because they have so much hatred, right? I don't understand how people get so politically hatred for somebody. Like, whether I'm supporting Biden or I'm supporting Trump, I don't hate the other person, right? I don't like hate them. But it's like what the media has done to this guy is they've been able to really get their listeners to like emotionally hate somebody, right? And that's why you're seeing stuff like this happen. That's why you're seeing stuff like this happen. It stinks, and like I said, it stinks if it was going in either direction, right? Either direction, I don't agree with it whatsoever. I don't agree with it. I think, and we're worldwide, right? For any country, I think for any country, when you start seeing turmoil like this, it's just not good. It's not good because you don't want to be divided as a country. I know political people are always going to have different beliefs and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you have to realize if you're from England, if you're from Germany, if you're from, who cares? We have Switzerland. I can go down the list. You guys want to be a whole as a country, right? You're stronger as one versus being divided up, right? And that's what's happening, obviously, in the States is that we've been divided, right? We've been divided for a while, and I don't see it changing probably anytime soon for right now, you know. So what's going on? It's in the house, aka Whale. We got the Whale in the house. What's going on, brother? He's like, that kind of sounds good. I like that. You should change your name in the Discord, bro, to like some kind of whale or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, do like a koala face with like a whale or something like that, bro. All right, so let's check this out. So this pretty much covers what we've already covered. I'm not going to continue to beat a dead horse here. No pun intended. So mega meme coin Trump spikes 52% following Donald Trump's assassination attempt. See if there's anything new in here. So let's see here. The Ethereum-based meme coin saw its value soar from $6 to $10 immediately after the incident, causing its total market capitalization to skyrocket from $293 million to $469 million in less than 45 minutes. And this is what I was saying, guys. So it happened, and I'm always checking the charts. Like every 20 minutes, I'm checking the charts. I'm checking NFK. You know, I'm checking what I have, everything that I freaking care about, right? In crypto, I'm checking them out usually every like 20, 30 minutes. If it's been like, I was at a theme park yesterday, and I get out of the theme park, I didn't have my phone on me. We were at a water park, right? Even though I have the 15, it's waterproof. I was like, I'm still not even freaking, I'm just going to put it in the locker. 3-4 hours, I was like itching. I'm like, I got to get back to my phone. I was like, not even that I need to go text or get on social media. I need to get back to my phone just to check the freaking charts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, that's how I am. So what I'm getting to is all this happened. I'm like sitting here, like looking at the TV, like, holy crap, you know? And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, let me see what let me see what the market, what's going on. And I pull it up and Bitcoin's just like pointing straight up. And I'm like, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Now, imagine if something terrible would have happened yesterday. Read between the lines. If something terrible would have happened yesterday, the markets would have dumped. And I'm talking about, we probably would have seen something we had not seen in a very long time, where we would have saw a massive, massive, massive dump in the market yesterday. Is what I would guess, right? That's what I would guess would have probably happened. So it says the news of the assassination attempt also had an impact on other Trump meme coins. Trump surged 63%. Mega Hat briefly spiked 21%. I don't even know if I should play this, because every time I freaking play something, I get freaking copyrighted. They only come after me. You can go on any other YouTubers right now channel, nothing. But right when I start playing stuff, it's like they hit me up in like 5 minutes. They're like, hey, you got copyrighted. You owe this much money. I'm like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I created that song. I literally created that song. How am I getting copyrighted? Yeah, it happened. So I'm not even going to play it. But you guys already know what's happened on here. You know, this is when he was talking and it happened. So, but yeah, that's pretty much that with that whole situation. Obviously, we're not going to hold the whole damn show on that particularly, but unfortunately that is exactly what's going on in the headlines everywhere. Let's get into the market real quick. It said, where's the graphic designers at? Hit me up for he wants a profile pic. Who's good? You know who you need to link up with? Is Crypto Pillbox. He's pretty good, and there's a couple other guys in there that are good at making the memes for the koala and the Discord. So link up with them. They're pretty good. Just put it in the Discord. Just put if you put at everyone and just be like, hey, who can make me a this for my profile picture? I'm sure somebody will do it for you efficiently, too fast. All right. So what's going on in the market after we read all that political stuff? What's going on? So obviously, like I said, Bitcoin right now looking fantastic. We are right under 60,000, 59.9. We keep kind of, we keep going at 60 and then getting rejected. Like I said, I'm not expecting much to happen now. It's kind of like the dust is kind of settling as far as everything that happened yesterday. So I would anticipate that we're going to probably stay around here. We might even see somewhat of a dip coming into tonight, given that the markets are going to be uncertain on what's going to happen tomorrow when the actual markets open up. But I'm anticipating that we're going to see good inflows on Bitcoin tomorrow as far as ETF. That's what I'm anticipating. So we'll see how that plays out. Solana, like I said, around 145. Ladies is chilling right now at around 11. Let's see here. XRP had a nice little run yesterday. But I'm not really sold on anything because look what it cannot break above. It's 200-day moving average. It's come up, basically keeps hitting its head on the 200-day moving average and getting rejected. It did break above slightly up to about 56 cents, but you can see it was short-lived, and now it's kind of coming and hitting its head on the 200-day moving average. So, I mean, it looks good. It had a nice little run, but you saw a lot of people probably jump in. I don't know why they jumped in particularly on XRP, but they jumped in on XRP, and this was before actually anything happened with the with what we were just covering, because the same thing happened with ICP, right? You guys know I bought in on ICP somewhere down here. ICP yesterday was at $9, right? It had run up all the way up to $9, and you can see now it's starting to retrace a little bit. If you were able to catch the bottom on ICP, which I was screaming out ICP, on this dip, you would have been able to catch somewhat of a 54% gain off of that, which is solid. I didn't sell off. I could have easily sold off, didn't sell, kind of just letting it sit there as far as that. Looking at other projects, that haven't really done much that still have a great opportunity for a run. Myro, sitting at around 10 cents, has been real stagnant in the last week or two since we've had the drop. It has not really moved or regained from the bottom. It's only up about 17%. But you know what has regained and has been killing it? MOG. MOG has been absolutely ripping. You guys can see here, MOG has been absolutely ripping. That's an ugly trend line, but there we go. We'll run with this trend line. You can see that it's been making higher lows as it's moving. And you guys already know what I always say. If this thing stays above the 236 at around the 16.5 area, I think this thing is going to continue to make new highs. Now, it hasn't come back up in the late few days, in the last week, to retest these all-time highs, but it's not far at all from making those highs. Bless you. My dog just sneezed. It said, to be honest, I haven't been taking beep for profit because I took some profit on my stuff in the 70s because I bought mostly around the 16,000 Bitcoin. Damn, bro. Nice. I mean, that right there, that play, if you really did buy in Bitcoin at 16 and you sold at 70, bro, you're not going to time the bottom and you're not going to time the top perfectly, right? But I mean, you got damn close. You got damn close. So you can't even be upset. I think right now, taking profits right now, if let's say you bought in, just like how I said, I bought in on ICP. I bought a big chunk, but I really wanted a lot. I had a lot more dry powder set up for me to USDC set up for me to convert into ICP when I was anticipating that we were going to see a little bit more of a drop. So I had bought in probably 55-60% of what I was planning on buying in on, right? So I still had a big chunk that I was trying to buy in. I didn't, but like I said, I'm technically up 40-45% even right now on my ICP, and I'm not even looking to take any profits right now because I feel like right now, I mean, unless you're day trading, it's really, it's like I said, I can take a 40% profit right now, and I wouldn't be upset. But at the same time, the money that I'm throwing in there, I'm not looking for it to you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to, I don't need it right now, So it's I'd rather just sit there. I already told this a while back, especially when I'm buying in big chunks on these projects, unless it shoots up out of nowhere in a week, I'm up, 100+%, then I'll take profits, right? But up 40%, I think that the markets are going to honestly continue to move up. I don't see any reason why I'm going to take out any profit or sell my position because I do believe that the markets are going to continue to move up. you know. So and it's kind of put me in a good position because I could take profits right now, but I'm not. But if the market comes down, I won't be upset because I still have that dry powder that I want to buy more in, right? So I'm in a position where I'm just like, the markets can go either way right now, and I won't even be upset, you know. So Flip came in here dropping the big bucks, saying Whiff and Billy update please. Let's pull that up, bro. Let's pull that up. It said I somehow almost got 15,000, but by the time I got everything, it was already at 16K, but I was ready. That's good, bro. Like I said, you can't time the bottom, bro, but you got damn close, and I think that's the only thing that you can really focus on and be happy about, right? Let's see here. Flip said Whiff and Billy, please. Let's pull up. I haven't checked Billy in some time. I'm expecting that Billy's going to be down, and I'm not saying, I'm just expecting. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. You see this project right here? I'm not even going to read it out, but you see what I'm saying? Like, Solana needs to, that shit's crazy. Billy's down. Nothing crazy, but it is down. Let's see the charts. It's holding. Flip, let me talk to you. Me and you, bro. I thought that you told me that you sold out on Billy. Did you buy back in? I know you said you took profits. I could have sworn on Billy. Such a cute little puppy. So with Billy, I didn't realize how much Billy ran up. $124 million market cap, liquidity over $3 million, volume at 11 million right now. It is technically down about 0.5%. It's up in the last 6 hours, 7%. You can see a nice little W pattern forming. So what I'll say about Billy is a couple things. You have support at this 0.5, right? It'll come down a little briefly below the 0.5, but you can see it's pretty much around that 0.5. It's finding that support. That support. You can see that it has made a nice W pattern, but it's starting to retest the 382. 382 is going to be a big spot for some resistance. If this thing can break above the 382, I wouldn't be surprised if you're coming back up and retesting the 236, but getting rejected at the 236. And I say getting rejected because the fact that it has broke out of the trend, right? You do have a nice W pattern. You're struggling to break above the 382 right here at around this 12.7. If it does miraculously break above, you probably will see a run somewhere around or near this 236, which is going to be around the 15.7 mark. But I'm anticipating that it's going to get rejected because it has not come back up in recent and tested this level, most likely, right? So the one thing I would say, and I'm waiting for your response. If you're still in on this project, where did you buy in on? If you're still holding on to this project, I personally would be cautious. Like I tell you guys all the time, this thing's been out for about a month. It has been on a nice run, right? You have people's attention shifting over to the political stuff now. People are shifting over to the political meme tokens right now. So you could see more of a sell-off in a lot of these projects right now. And I'm sure if we go through a lot of the projects that are pumping that aren't political, or that were pumping in the last week or two that aren't political, are most likely getting sell-offs right now, sell pressure, because you're seeing people shifting from these particular dog meme coins and these meme coins that have been running, like Jason and this one, you know, and they're probably jumping into a lot of these MAGA and Trump meme coins, right? So depending on if you're in right now, bro, I'm waiting for your response. You haven't responded, but I would say just be cautious. Hopefully you can see this run up to the 236, which is going to be around this 15.7, and then I would possibly be looking to reposition myself, aka sell off. You can see right here, look at these, look at this. This person bought in. Do you ever wonder, these people buy in? They do this on NFK as well. You'll see somebody buy in like $1,000 and then they'll sell for $1,003. Instantly, right? Those are bots. Those are usually bots that do that. This person bought in this isn't even a person, I guarantee. This bot bought in 27,347 and they sold 27,357 for a $10 profit within like a split second, but $27,000 they had to use to do that, right? So You bought in around 2 cent. I thought you sold though. So you're still up on this project, dude? That means you're up 6 times, a 6x. Bro, like I said, you know, it's a kind of a sticky situation right now, right? You know, as far as this, I mean, I don't think that Billy's over with. Like I said, you probably will see, hopefully, this thing break. If this thing breaks above the 382, you'll probably see it run up towards this 236 level right here. And I'm probably almost guaranteeing, unless this thing is absolutely ripping, it's going to get rejected at or a little bit before this level right here and then come back down. And if you see this thing retesting this level again, it's probably going to break, right? So that's why I'm trying to tell you, not financial advice, but if you are in this, keep an eye on this project. You want to see it basically break above this the 382, and I would be just focused on repositioning myself somewhere closer to this 236 level, in my opinion, bro. So, but hope it works out for you. And then what else did you say? You said you wanted to check out WIF. Let's check out WIF. I like to just pull up dog with hat on DeFi. Let's see where it is. Oh, and Billy's still trending top 20, top 21. So, I mean, it still looks good, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to think that I'm, like, bearish, particularly on the project. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a scenario on taking your profits. Because remember what I always say, Flip. Don't let the greed take over. If you're up a good amount, you know what I'm saying? You should just keep an eye on and take those profits. There's always going to be other opportunities out there, right? And especially if you're able to take those profits, you know, let's say it runs up to the 236, you take those profits and then it does what I said and it retraces a good bit. If you're long term on the project, that kind of gives the power into your hands, because then you can buy back in at a fraction of the price. You know, and that's if that's something that you want to do long term, right? You'll have the opportunity to get in at a good price for a fraction of what you have in right now, right? So you can use all your profits and just buy back in, or you know, you can use your initial investment and keep your profits, or you can just double down and buy even more if you're feeling froggy. So I'm going to be honest with Dog with Hat. I have not really paid attention to Dog with Hat. I really have not. Let me pull up. Let me see. What sucks is when you pull this up. It's just a bunch of scam projects for you to find the actual dog with hat. But I want to see it on DeFi. I don't like this chart because this is on Oracles or Orca. I'm saying Oracles. This is on Orca, and it's not the full chart. Where's dog with hat? Darn it. Let me look it up. I think it dropped on Radium. Daddy Tate's down. Could have told y'all that was going to happen. Guess they're going to make me pull up the actual chart on TradingView. This is not it. These freaking scam tokens, bro. All right, so dog with hat. She's come down a lot, bro. She has come down a lot. Wanted to look at the market cap. So the market cap's still up there, 1.6, almost 1.7 billion. So I mean, it's still a freaking enormous meme coin, right? Definitely an enormous meme coin. You can see obviously all-time highs, $4.87, and since then it has been coming down. You can see we've had some beautiful dips, and we've been rejected at the 236, right? And since that rejection at the 236, you can see that we've had a trend towards the downside, right? So, I mean, to be honest, right now where we're at with Dog with Hat, you know, like I said, I don't really follow Dog with Hat much. You know, I don't know, like as far as like myself, what I'm saying is like I don't know if like even right now would be a good time to jump in, just because the market cap is so freaking big. If I'm already in on the project, that's one thing, but the fact that the market cap is so big and this thing has come down a considerable amount, this thing could drop down a lot more. I'm not saying that it is, but me personally, just buying in on the project, I wouldn't have any, there's nothing intriguing about me wanting to buy in on this project just because the market cap is so freaking big. So what I will say, to try to give you some hopium, but also keep it 100% real with you, is this level right here at the $1.50 mark. We've bounced multiple times, so you can see it is holding as some support for now, right? The trend obviously is still coming down. You can see it's been hitting its head on the trend and coming back down. So what I would say for this project is $1.50 or below would be a good time to dollar cost average in if you're long term on the project. Hopefully this thing will find some kind of a bounce at one of these times where it comes back down at the $1.50, or maybe it comes down a little bit below the $1.50 and then starts running. What I will say is that, and let me look at the dates here, May, we've been in the traditional market, we've been coming down since probably, I would say probably towards the end of June, we started moving down, right? Towards the end of June, we started some movement down. So I would say, you know, as far as this was already breaking down well before the market was breaking down, right? So it's not really going with the market. Like I would say some of these other projects like, oh, well, it's down just because, like Solana, it's down just because Bitcoin's down. No, this has been moving down well before the market was moving down. So that's the only thing I would just be a little cautious as far as like me personally buying in on this project. Now, you know, this has an enormous community. The market cap is still relatively high, very high actually, at 1.6, almost 1.7 billion. So I mean, definitely a solid project. Where's the bottom? As of now, the only thing I can say confidently is that $1.50 is that bottom for right now. So that would be a particular spot that I would look to DCA. Anything below there, as far as Dog with Hat, and hope that it shoots back up, you know, as far as a move. But other than that, Dog with Hat has conquered everything that it needs to conquer, right? Binance. It's on Binance, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's on Coinbase as of now, but I believe it is. But Binance, you know, particularly, there's nothing more that Dog with Hat can really do to, like, I feel like where it can just build that hype like crazy again, you know? So I think it's just going to take a matter of time and the markets to really start rebounding itself, you know, like the markets as a whole, and, you know, just hope that this project runs up. This kind of is like BONK, right? Like it's same thing with BONK. You know, you don't really hear a lot of people talking about BONK anymore, right? I don't think BONK's dead or anything like that, but you don't really hear about BONK being spoke about. And it's same thing with Dog with Hat. You know, you don't really hear about a lot of people talking about Dog with Hat right now. So maybe people are losing interest and moving on is what I would suspect it's going on with Dog with Hat. But watch out of nowhere, when you least expect it, this project's probably going to shoot up out of nowhere. Now, is it going to run up and make all-time highs at almost $5? I don't know about that one, bro, because that was a freaking move right there. When it got up to almost $5, that the market cap was at like $7 billion, somewhere in between there. It's at 1.6 billion. So like I said, for it to move all the way up there, it's going to need a lot of hype behind it. So just be cautious with Dog with Hat, bro. Flip says whiff is a big play now. There you go, bro. I mean, if you're long term on this project, I think that you're getting at some price levels that aren't bad at all. You know, if you're long term on this project. Me personally, you guys know, like how you guys know I am, especially when I'm so big on like Milady and some of these like Myro, you know, and even Mog, you know, some of these projects I'm like yeah, because they have such small market caps, right? They haven't blown up yet. This project has already blown up, right? So I'm not saying that it can't do that again. I'm just saying, like, me personally buying in on a meme coin that's already at almost $2 billion, I'm kind of hesitant to do that, right? Now, if I'm already in on the project and I got in at a good price, I would be all like, hell yeah, dog with hat to the moon, but me on the side right now, I'd be like, I don't know. I think I'd rather throw my money into something that has a lot smaller market cap with anticipation that it's going to see better gains, right? So, but I agree with right now, that could be a big play with you, bro. Gina said, I have been in the green for a while on MOG. I'm glad I didn't sell a while back. Thanks for your opinion. Hell yeah. Don't let that greed take over, girl. You know what I'm saying? Flip, thank you again, bro, for the $20, bro. The $19.99. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. And if you have any other questions, just let me know, brother. Flip said, I'm looking for liquidity for a 2 to 4x. Okay. Whiff and BONK. Yeah. I mean, even with BONK, we'll pull up BONK as well. Nothing against BONK. I think BONK's a solid project as well. It's definitely holding above its 200-day moving average, so that looks good, right? It did break below this trend, but holding above, you can see this 200-day moving average has been a solid spot for some support on BONK. What is BONK's market cap at nowadays? 1.6 billion. BONK and Dog with Hat are literally right there together. 1.6 billion. But Whiff is a little bit higher. Whiff was like almost to 1.7 billion. So I mean, but they're pretty much damn near each other, and that's crazy because they both came out around the same time. Both Solana-based projects, right? Both made it to Binance. They both have really big communities behind them. So I think if you're looking to buy a more secure meme coin, right, and you're looking for, like you said, 2 to 4x, I think you can get those with BONK or with Whiff, right? But some of us are like extreme. We're looking for that freaking 100x. That's why I'm always like, like these smaller cap meme coins that haven't blown up yet. Yeah, and he said, Flip said, looking at Myro for a 5 to 10x play. Yeah, easily. I personally think that Myro, my phone was going off. I personally think that Myro, even being at 10 cents, I've been telling you guys this. I think Myro is going to hit $1 during the thick of the bull run. I do think that Myro will hit $1 or somewhere near there. So that would be a 9 to 10x from where it's at right now. So, and also Myro came out during Dog with Hat and BONK era on Solana. Solana really did pump out some really good meme coins, I will say. Let's look at some DeFi projects. Let's see here. Let's look up some call. Just checking some messages real quick. Someone was trying to call my phone. And they know I'm streaming right now. They're trying to call me. Just no respect, guys. No respect. These people. All right, so let's see here. So, excuse me. Looking up call, because we always do check up on call. What's call doing? Call right now is sitting almost in the same exact spot as yesterday, the day before and the day before that, right? Kind of just chopping around in this real tight range. This is on VVS or MMF. So let's go over to VVS real quick and see. I was gonna say the volume is so low. All right. So I mean, still the same thing. Chart's not gonna change. We just moved over a different swap. So VVS, this is for call. You can see in this real tight range right now. You know, below the $50 million mark. You know, with call, there's nothing much I can really say about call. Like I keep saying, I kind of wish that call will freaking just drop. I really do. I think it would be healthy for the project. I really do think this. I think that if call just did a dramatic drop right now, like 20-30% drop, maybe a 50%, you know, I would be happy, right? Because I'd pick up a lot of call. I think that it would be very healthy. A lot of people are probably sitting here just waiting on the sidelines like, I'm not buying in on call right now, right? Not buying in. A lot of people are sitting in the project like, I'm not selling my car right now. Right, so with that, you have like an impasse where it's just pretty much you have this tight range of consolidation, and really I can't even say consolidation because we're not really seeing a lot of people accumulating, right? Like in an accumulation zone, it's just kind of sitting there chopping around in this tight range. Where's it going to go next, right? Eventually, it's going to do something. People are going to eventually get bored if it stays in this area, and we might see somewhat of a sell-off. But if we saw a dramatic drop, you better believe massive amount of money would come right back in on these buys, and it probably would bring in a little bit more hype into the project, right? Obviously, if you're in on the project, you're like, no, I don't want to see that. But I'm telling you, long term, this could bring in, if this thing dropped down like 40%, I would probably drop 40% and then run up 100+%, right, on the project, and people would be talking about call again. But right now, it's gone into this. I mean, if you really look back since May, this thing has been just, I mean, yeah, we've seen swings here and there, you know, them getting onto other like small tier, mid-cap, or mid-tier exchanges, which 100% respect on that. But you can see it hasn't really done much to move the needle. Something's got to give here. I think it's a big drop, and then you'll see a big run-up for a call. But definitely, like I always tell you guys, short-term, bearish, long-term bullish for a call. Let's see here. For our project, you can see it's been pretty much the same thing. We've been really just consolidating around the same area. We're technically still in this trend, right, where it's just kind of been on this trend, waiting for this thing to break out. But, you know, one thing I will say about NFK is that every time that we've been in this area, right, remember when we were in this trend, right, and we were coming down, we were a lot farther down, and we started to break out. Same thing. We're in a trend. We're eventually going to see a big breakout here, right? So, I mean, what I can say to everybody and anybody is just have patience, right? Trust the process. Have patience. I see people hitting me up in the Discord, you know, with like just these questions that I'm kind of just like, just kind of like looking at it like I don't even respond half the time because I'm just like, bro, I don't know if you're bored and you're just looking for some drama or what, but it's like, dude, just have patience, right? Have patience. Everything's going to play itself out. You've seen this on a lot of these projects, you know. Yeah, some projects will move faster, you know, or they'll move, you know, and some they'll, you know, have run-ups, you know, and whatever. Every project's different, but you'll see a lot of times that these projects kind of all do the same thing where they'll kind of just consolidate, look like they're going down for a while, and then out of nowhere, they blow up, and the hype just starts to jump right back into the project. And you guys know this is the same thing that happens for NFK all the time, right? I feel like every month we just go through a roller coaster of emotions where it's like 1 week we are freaking so bullish, and then another week we're like, you know, but it is what it is. Eventually we are going to have, you know, some big things come out, you know, just got to let everything play itself out, and we're going to run up and we're going to stay up, right? So have trust in the project, have trust in everything that's going on the back end, right? And have patience. That's the number one thing that I say for any project is patience. Patience is key for crypto, period, right? Period. So Art in the house saying punky. What do you got? Where have you been, Art? Why haven't I seen you in a while? You've been hanging out with other YouTubers, haven't you? You have, aren't you? Can smell them all over you, bro. Who have you been with? I'm just messing with you. You know YouTubers are like that, though. They're like, you've been watching other shows, haven't you? Sorry, we get real clingy, right? Sometimes I will go on like I watch other YouTubers, and sometimes I'll see some of you guys on there like commenting, and I'm like, I'm in the shadows watching. So for how do you punky is what I'm gonna say. Punky been out for 6 months. Been out for a while. This is a big project. $200 million market cap. That's pretty damn big. Liquidity over $5 million. This thing's pretty big. I wonder, is this thing trading on any kind of actual exchanges, or is this strictly through Solana? Let's look it up. It's on Gate.io, Bybit, Mexi, BitGet. Oh, it's on Crypto.com. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, damn, this thing's like, market cap's up there. It says market cap on here says 183. On here it says 213. We'll meet them in the middle and say it's about $200 million market cap. But I mean, solid project. It looks like it's really been holding strong above the 382 right here. Excuse me, above this 382 level. Not looking bad at all. So I mean, excuse me. The project looks solid. If it can break above that 236 level where it's been continuously hitting its head. Excuse me. Right here at the 236 at around the 44.7, 44.8 area. If it can, miraculously break above, because you can see this has been a big spot for some resistance, right? Even it breaking above briefly, it still broke below, right? So you have resistance at the 236. You have support around the 382, right? Just it's been really in this channel. So one of them are going to break. It looks like, to me, I would say the 236 is going to break towards the upside, because it's really been testing that 236 more, right? And you guys always know when I always say that, like, whatever, if you're testing levels, whether it's up or down, they're eventually going to break, right? They're eventually going to break. So hopefully next time we pull this up, that 236 gets broke, and you're really not far at all from all-time highs. You're not far at all. So, I mean, this project does look legit, looks solid, and the fact that it's on a lot of major exchanges, definitely a plus. Definitely a plus. What's going on, Old? Flip said, love the lives. I appreciate you being here and supporting, brother. I really do. And again, I know I already said it, but thank you again for the $20 super trap. I really do appreciate that, man. It keeps me motivated to come on here every day. So I ain't gonna lie, some days when we're not doing good on the charts, I'm like, how do I break it to him? How do I break it to him? Right? So I've been with Solana. I've been really mapping out this descending triangle or falling wedge, or bull flag is what I like to call it. As far as us, eventually seeing some kind of a breakout, and I'm seeing it for a lot of the charts. Bitcoin really right now is looking like it wants to break out. I'm telling you guys, tomorrow we'll see how it plays out. It could be a hit or miss, but I'm really thinking that tomorrow we're going to see probably a nice run in the market, given the ETFs and the actual market opening up for trading, right? Yesterday, since we've seen this pump, this has been strictly retail moving the charts. Tomorrow we're going to see actually, what some of this big money from Wall Street is going to do as far as these as far as the charts. And one thing I did want to bring up, we've already covered this. Remember we have the FOMC meeting in about 2.5 weeks from now. in July, right? In July we have, and we know that there's going to be no kind of any kind of movement as far as interest rates going down, right? They're not obviously not going to go up. They're not going to go down. The market pretty much has already priced in that it's going to be about a 93-94% pause, that we're going to see a pause. We already kind of know that, but September just keeps climbing, and like I keep telling you guys, I've been saying this. What we can even clip the live streams back freaking 8 weeks ago. I told you guys that I was anticipating September, and it looks every day as we continue to move closer to it that's what we're most likely going to see. Now, it's not written in stone. This is just what this is just like what you and I, a lot of us investors, this is what they calculate when they do these polls, basically, you can say. But 90% of investors are thinking that we're going to see some kind of a Fed ease. I'm saying 0.25%, 0.25 in September. So with that being said, I don't think it's going to be an overnight thing. You better believe that whenever they do announce, yes, we're going to be September, we're reducing interest rates 0.25%, the markets are going to react positively, right? But we're going to need more moving on from there. This isn't going to be just they reduced it 0.25%, Bitcoin just runs up to all-time highs, and that's that. It's not going to happen like that, right? But this could be a good kickstart for us to move in that direction, especially if where we're at right now to where we're going in September, the markets are slowly but surely moving up. If Bitcoin is at $65,000-$70,000, and then this meeting, this meeting goes down, and then they announce that they're going to be reducing interest rates even 0.25%, that could be a catalyst to move us up past that 74,000, making all-time highs, right? If Bitcoin's at 65,000, I don't necessarily think that Bitcoin's going to run up to 74,000 immediately, but that, like I said, probably if something like that happened, you could see Bitcoin go from 65, 68, 69, somewhere around that $70,000 mark. Now remember, we've covered this a while. It's been a few weeks since we've been around these areas, so we haven't brought it up. But when we start moving back up to these areas, 69,000, remember, this is our previous all-time high from 2021. This is going to be a big spot for some resistance, right? We haven't even talked about the other spots that are going to be resistance, right? But this one's going to be, that's why it's in white, because this one is the ultimate resistance line that we still have not been able to really find a good support above. I told you guys this is when we were back over here, and I told you guys this. I said, until Bitcoin can actually, and I mean bounce multiple times and just have that where like we're up like crazy, and if we do see a dip, it bounces at 69,000, giving us that's the bottom, that's our support. Until we can get to that kind of a move, Bitcoin's going to have these days where it moves up to 72, 73,000, and it's going to break below 69K, right? Until we can find that support above 69,000 and really hold that $69,000 level as a bottom, I don't see Bitcoin staying above some of these highs and staying up there for a while, right? We're going to see those brief moments where we might see a spike and then we retrace, right? So 69,000 though, as we're on our way back up, is going to be a big spot for some resistance, and we'll obviously cover it. Hopefully we're going to be talking about that level in the next week or two as we move up. So we'll see how that plays out. What is going on, Jasmy? What's going on, brother? But I honestly, like I keep saying, guys, I'm anticipating us hopefully starting the week off tomorrow with a good week, right? With everything that we've covered today, the markets are looking solid. Bitcoin still holding around that $60,000 level. You guys can see that we have officially broke out of the trend. We are finding some support at some good levels, giving us indications that the market wants to move up, right? We talked about this yesterday. In the last couple of days, Germany has finally sold out of all their Bitcoin. That was the biggest thing that was really giving us sell pressure. That's going to be behind us. Mt. Gox, I think, is a big nothing burger. I honestly think that that's going to fade off in the next few months. We might have little stories about here and there about Mt. Gox or whatever the case is, but I think it's going to be a big whole nothing at all. Nothing to be too worried about. So we'll see how that plays out with the markets. But tomorrow, like I said, we'll see how the markets open up. Hopefully we'll be opening up, and we're going to see some good moves towards the upside. So Flip said, this will be my first full bull run. What's the day week look like in a full on alt season? I'm trying to plan moving profits in and out of the projects. So to sum it up as far as like alt season, so obviously we know Bitcoin, we see the traditional market run, right? Bitcoin's going to be making all-time highs. Bitcoin's going to stay at some of those all-time high levels. Might not be at all-time high, every day, but it's going to be fluctuating around those areas, right? You're going to see Ethereum well above 4,000, most likely above 5,000, right? Solana, I'm anticipating will probably be somewhere around $300 plus. Alts are going to be going crazy, and he's saying, what is it going to look like? Well, what it's going to look like is you're going to have days where it's not going to be every alt, but it's going to be particularly, it's like they go through cycles each, like one day this project, the next day it's this project, right? Where they're going to be up 100%. You're going to see 100% moves. Like, it's just craziness. 100% moves, right? And then the next day you'll see it retrace 40%, right? Next day, or maybe in a week from there, you see it up another 75% up, right? Continuously making new highs. That's what you're probably going to see with a lot of altcoins, right? As far as that. So what I can say is, when we're going through it, we will cover all our favorite projects, right? When we're in the middle of an altcoin season, it's going to be very energetic. It's going to be very fast. You're going to see the greed like crazy out there with everybody. Everybody's going to be thinking that we're just going to continuously move to the moon. We're not, right? Altcoin season usually runs for about 2 to 3 months, maybe not even 3 months, maybe a solid 2 months where it's just euphoria, right? You can't tell me anything you buy in on, you're going to make profits on, right? You want to get in right now, or you wanted to get in, last year on a lot of these projects, or, in the last few weeks while we've had these dips, and set yourself up for those altcoin seasons, right? But if you're buying in even during altcoin season, you can see some quick, fast double, like doubling your money and stuff like that on certain projects. But what I'm getting to is when we have confirmation that we're in altcoin season, there's going to have to be a couple things that are going to happen, right? You're going to see Bitcoin's dominance is going to drop down like crazy, right? Right now, Bitcoin's dominance is at 53.7%. We're going to most likely see Bitcoin dropping down into the 40s, right? 45, 44% dominance. That's when you're going to know that we're in full-blown altcoin season. Because on top of Bitcoin's dominance dropping, the market cap for the whole crypto space is going to be increasing. Meaning a lot of people are moving their profits from Bitcoin over into the alts, right? But it doesn't stay like that forever. Fear and greed index. Another thing that we're going to be monitoring. Fear and greed index right now, you can see we're somewhat down. Right now we're in the neutral. You can see this is the chart right here. You can see we're in the neutral level right now, somewhere around, is it giving me, we're at 45 right now. So we're at 45 right now. When we start getting into greed is about 60, 80 is going to be extreme greed. That's when you know that we're at the top of a market usually, is when we're in extreme greed. And it just happened a few months ago when Bitcoin kind of topped out. We were in extreme greed, right? So the market needed this cool down. The market needed this cool down. Now you have people in a neutral state where they're kind of just, people are buying in. Not too many people are selling off. They're kind of just accumulating right now, waiting for the next move towards the upside. When we're in altcoin season, extreme greed, this is when you're gonna be talking to a lot of people, and they're gonna be telling you that Shiba is going to 1000x from where it's at, right? This is when they're gonna, they're just crazy things that you're gonna hear, and your grandma's gonna be talking about, whatever meme coin that's out right now. People at the gym are going to be walking up to you, wherever you're at. Just people that don't normally talk about crypto are going to be asking you about crypto, right? You're going to see it on the news, stuff like that. That's usually an indication that we're getting, or we're at the top of the market, usually altcoin season. So it's fast, right? As far as like daily movements, with altcoin season. Initially, how I started my altcoin season, because I've only been through one solid altcoin season. Remember, I was buying in 2020. We went into altcoin season towards the end of 2021, right? So normally with previously what I did was that I set myself up during the bad times, right? And I sold off when we were going crazy, but I was also swing trading during altcoin season, right? I was also swing trading, so I made a lot of profit, and then I was, buying back in, not with like all my money, but buying in on certain projects and making a quick 100% gain on, because you were seeing fluctuations in these projects like crazy, so just the daily movement, 50, 60, 70% on most projects, right? It's just going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, so the swing trading will be very, very live. I'll be showing you guys a lot of moves when we're in that situation, as far as some of these projects. But initially, where you're going to make most of your money is you accumulating right now before we get into that altcoin season. So I hope that answered your question, bro. And thank you so much for the $10 super chat, bro. I really do appreciate that. Brian, what's going on, bro? What is going on, guys? So yeah, so altcoin season is fun, right? A lot of people, they think it's just forever. They think it's forever, that we're just going to continue to just keep moving and moving and moving, and it doesn't work like that, right? There eventually we hit our head at a certain point and we start moving down. It's not like one night we're up and then the next night the market's just completely crashed. No, it's a slow and gradual thing. But when you look back at it, you can see how the market topped, and we're on our way down, obviously having swings in between there, right? Swings going up and down, but trend was going towards the downside, right? So, but you can make a lot of money on any of those situations. And like I said, that's when, like right now, even with the channel, like right now, it's not that things have been slow, right? We have all our normal people, but you'll know another reason when we're getting into altcoin season, the freaking lives are going to be like, there's going to be 200 people in here, right? There's going to be 200 people in here shilling whatever project that they're in. That's going to be another thing. And I'm going to be like looking at you guys like, you guys see what I'm saying? Because that's going to be another indication, because everybody is going to start bandwagon and jumping into the crypto, space, buying in when everything's pumping. Right now, get in on your positions so we can sell it to those people, right? We can buy low, let them buy high. We'll sell them all our stuff that we're holding on to right now. That's the name of the game, right, guys? That's the name of the game, guys. Solana looks like she's trying to pump here. Zoom in on this 5-minute chart. It's not looking too bad. So this was yesterday. Solana, after Bitcoin started running, Solana actually topped out. Where did she top out at? Somewhere around 147. So not looking bad at all. Above this pivotal spot of resistance right here at the 141. But really, what I like to see is she's above the 200-day moving average. And this is obviously me zoomed in on this for right now. You can see 200-day moving average. She's above it right now. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see, like I said, tomorrow. I'm very interested to see how the markets react to everything that we've seen this weekend. I'm anticipating that we're going to see some good movement in the markets tomorrow. So hopefully we do, and we can see a lot of inflows coming in on Bitcoin's ETF. That's only going to be nothing but a plus for the actual for all of us, right? For any projects that you're in, for the most part. So, but with that being said, guys, I thank you guys so much for being here today. I thought we were going to get a little bit more hype, or a little bit more, with the political stuff, but I'm glad that everybody kind of just kept to themselves and we just read the articles. At the end of the day, we just want to see nothing but good, right? We don't want to see any of this bad stuff happen. So I don't care what side you fall on, right? We all are, and I'm saying we're all Americans, but we're all, for whatever country that you come from, right? We all just want peace. That's all we want is peace, right? So with that being said, guys, I thank you guys so much. Real quick, let's see. Flip said something. Swing trading in altcoin season is my strategy. That's when it's going to be fun, bro, because that's when you're going to have the most movement. So, well, and like I said, Flip, when we're in the middle of altcoin season, you're a member as well. That's going to be something that we're going to be covering like crazy, bro. So we'll definitely, as we get through it, we're going to be, we'll be monitoring it and going through it together. All I can say for right now is just, setting yourselves up for right now for that initial pump when we get into altcoin season, so you can make that initial, solid foundation of money is really what it is. But again, guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful, safe Sunday. Be safe out there, all right, guys? And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Members, stay tuned. We're going to be doing a members-only stream a little bit later today. I've been doing member-only streams early, and I've been people have reached out and suggested that I do it a little bit later. So we'll probably do a members-only stream a little bit later today. We'll cover some good things that I've been cooking up, all right? Thank you guys so much. Be safe out there, and I will see the rest of you guys, if not in the Discord, if not in the members-only stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys? Thank you so much. Have a great day.